welcome to the PEMS 2015 Protocol Revision Update as well as the new medication box review. My name is Melissa Doak. I'm a paramedic with York County Fire and Life Safety. And with me today we have Brad Beam from the PEMS EMS Council. Welcome.
Good morning, Melissa. Thank you very much for being here today, and thanks for having us to go over this exciting news we have for the region.
Great. Brad today has brought with us the new drug box to show everyone some of the changes that are going to be taking place starting this spring, early winter, for the PEMS region. He's going to cover the medication box, and then we're going to cover the changes to the regional EMS protocols. Brad, could you explain to us a little bit about the new drug box?
Yes, Melissa. The new medication box will go into effect starting February 16th. We're really excited. We were able to secure a grant to purchase the drug box or the medication box. And it's going to be really exciting, a little bit of learning curve for folks. But the big thing that we want people to know is that the red box and the blue box we're currently using will go away. Neither will be in the region, and we'll go to the one standing yellow drug box or medication box. Things that people need to know about. On February 16th, we don't want folks just lining up and running to the pharmacy. As exciting as that would be to do it all in one day, we have to be timed how we do these things to make sure the pharmacy is able to rotate. So what we're asking people to do, agencies to do, is if your drug box either expires, bring it in for trade, or as you use it, then you'll be issued one of the new yellow medication boxes in return for when you turn in your red box. So it's not just on February 16th, everyone come into the hospital and trade out their box. We want to do it in a timely fashion.
Is there a time frame that all the boxes need to be exchanged by, a certain length of time?
We are hopeful that we will have it all kind of rotated through by March. And if for some reason boxes haven't came in by then we'll start figuring out a way to get them in and get them traded out. But we hope by March to have it all completed.
Great. And now that the box is yellow, that's very clear that there's been a change. Is there a change to the size of the box at all?
Melissa, one thing that we really wanted to do was keep something relatively small, something similar to what we had for the red box, because a lot of fire departments and EMS agencies buy apparatus and ambulances, and they specifically build their drug box case or where they're going to maintain their drug box or medication box to the size of the red box. So we wanted to stay very close, and we think we've done that. We went around to agencies and made sure that it would fit, and we're within a couple of inches of the red drug box or medication box we've had in the past. So we're pretty confident it's going to fit most everywhere.
Great. Now, can you take us through and explain some of the things? Because I do see here on the front that there is a brand new form, and I don't see a large number anymore indicating the drug box number or the medication box number. So could you cover a little bit of these changes for the providers?
Yeah, absolutely, Melissa. As folks know, the medication box we were currently using was from the 1970s, had become very expensive for us at the PEMS Council to try and maintain, trying to repair those boxes. And you as a field provider know it was very hard for you to carry that box. It was always open. You couldn't re-secure it. So we've taken a lot of time to try and build a product that is going to be user-friendly for the providers in the field. But you are right. There's a lot of things that are different about this box, and we'll kind of go through it. There's a card here on the front that goes down in a little pouch, and the medication box number is on there. And when we get to the side, you'll notice that that same number will be over there. We'll get there in a minute. But the providers in the field, they need to be concerned with this card here. This card that we have, that I have in my hand, you'll put the date and the time. Your EMS agency will go there. Your provider name or employee number here. The number of the incident, the PCR number, will go next. And this part right here will either put the number from the seal of the narcotics, or if you had to use your narcotic, you would then add your initials once the narcotic was accounted for, and then the either ER nurse or the pharmacy would do the same thing here. Everything from here down will be taken care of the pharmacy prior to putting the medication box back in service. Each card will be able to be used a total of 8 times, 4 on each side, and it will kind of just go across, and then a new card will be issued. But you'll just be concerned with that one line for each time that you use the medication box. we don't want providers to get too wrapped up in this. It's very simple, and it only takes just a few seconds to do.
Now, will they still use the blue pharmacy exchange form, and will the inventory sheet still be included inside the medication box?
Those are great questions, Melissa, and those are some that we've gotten at the council. They will use the blue card. A lot of folks know that there was a regulatory change, that a physician's signature is no longer needed for things that are done within protocol. But that card will still remain in the medication box. Now, pharmacies will start printing that card themselves, so it won't always be blue. We've always referred to it as the blue card, but it may be on paper stock now, and actually in the medication box. But that form will still be part of the medication box. You'll just need to put what medications you used and that associated information that we've always put on there before, but you won't need that physician signature. Now, the confusion has came. Folks want to know, when do I need a physician signature? And there are times. If they do something that is not within their normal protocol, their standing protocol, but they're given online physician order for, they would still need to get a physician signature for that. But that card will remain, or that form, we call it the blue card. Don't be thrown off, providers, if you see that card and it's no longer blue. It may be white or whatever color the pharmacy prints it on, but that form will still be part of the medication box.
And there will be an inventory sheet inside as well to assist them, or not
Absolutely,
any longer?
that's a great point too. There will be an inventory sheet that we've always used, same type form, will be folded up, and we'll actually take a look at that when we get in the box here in just a moment.
All right, can you show us now where else we could possibly find the drug box number, let's say if maybe our card was missing?
Absolutely, good point. On both ends, Melissa, you'll see that there's a barcode here, and the number is also on there. That is on the other end as well. The neat thing about the new system is catching up with technology. The pharmacies will actually scan that box when it comes in, and they will put it back into their inventory, and as you check it out to get a new medication box, they will scan it out. For you working at York County, Melissa, as you come in and you get a new medication box, in the computer we can now tell medication box 449 is now in the hands of York County Life Safety, Fire and Life Safety. That way that we can keep track of who has what medication box, where they're at within the region, and it just gives us a really good opportunity to keep up with medication boxes. And if we start to, we're missing one, we can look and kind of find out who had that medication box last. But that's called Clearly Inventory, is the name of that program we're using. We're really excited. We kind of piggybacked and used a system that ODEMSA Council was using, and that's what we went with.
Can you show us the inside of the box so that providers will have some understanding as to how the layout looks?
Absolutely. Also, before we do that, Melissa, we want to remind folks they can go to our Peninsula EMS website, and they can find a schematic of the drug box in there, medication box. We'll show them where everything's located and kind of go over that. As well as this video will have associated PowerPoint that goes along as well. The nice thing people will notice is I've already unlatched it here, but it will latch back after you use it. When you first get the medication box, there'll be a numbered seal here so that we can keep up with. One thing we don't want people to become distracted with, these seals may be of a different color depending on what color the pharmacy is using, but they must be a seal that has a revolving number system on it. But it could be blue, it could be green, depending on what's being used by a particular pharmacy. So you would, if we were going to open our medication box now, Melissa, I would break this seal, I would pop these latches, which I've already done, and now automatically people see there's a difference in this medication box. I'll call your attention to the bottom part for just a minute. If you'll grab that side of the box. Folks can see there's a clear Lexan glass here. These will be a lot of our pre-filled medications. People will kind of think of this as where the cardiac drugs are located. Our pre-filled epinephrine, our atropines, that type thing will be there. There will be a seal here, quick break seal, and you can easily open that, lift that glass up, and you'll be able to access those drugs. The nice thing about it is when this will help a pharmacy. When we bring this in for a pharmacy for them to restock a medication box, they no longer have to go through the entire box to verify everything. If this is still remain sealed, then they know everything's good here and we didn't use anything from the bottom. Here is that inventory sheet you were speaking of earlier. It's still there for the pharmacy to use. Providers won't need to worry with that, but the pharmacy will. And then the form there, Melissa, it's a small carbon copied form. And what that's for, I told you about this scanning type system that we're going to be using. Well, if your agency was a transport agency and you went somewhere that they were, let's say a fire truck was there and they had used their medication box, but you were going to transport on your ambulance from a different agency. If it's within your department, you won't need to fill this out, because in the Clearly inventory, when we scan that box, it's scanned to your department, not your unit specifically, but to your department. But if a different agency comes, then you would fill out this medication exchange form here. They would turn that into the pharmacy. That way the pharmacy can make sure that it gets to PIMS, and we can change who has possession of that medication box.
So for example, if a York County fire truck that was providing advanced life support used a drug box from their apparatus to care for a patient on scene, and a Newport News ambulance came in, they would exchange their yellow boxes on scene.
Yes.
They would give, Newport News would provide York County's fire truck with the sealed box, and they would fill out this form.
Absolutely. And Newport News would fill this form out when they get to the emergency room, and the pharmacy would take it from there, and it would get straightened out in the inventory system. Yep. But that's the only time that form would need to be filled out.
Okay, very good, very good. Now tell us a little bit about the red Thomas pack that we see on the inside.
The red Thomas pack is probably where providers will work out of most often. It can be washed. We can take these out and wash them as need be. They're on Velcro, so they can be removed. Neat thing about it, it has another seal here that will be sealed up, and we'll open that up there. Thank you. We'll have an area down here that medications will be in this clear area. You'll see things like your Narcan, your D50, things like that will be there. Up here, you'll see what we a lot of times associate with our respiratory drugs, our breathing treatments, our Solumed draws, our nitro will be up here, a lot of those type drugs. This section right here will be for narcotics only. And again, we talk about the seal. There'll be a seal there for the narcotics, so that if we go to the emergency room and you never use your narcotics on a call, let's say that you're working with a respiratory patient and you've used all these medications here, but you've never used any narcotics on that particular call, it makes it very easy for the pharmacy or the hospital staff to verify that it's still sealed up, the number still matched the old narcotic seal number, and so they know that no one's been at the narcotic area and there's no need to do anything further. If you did open this up, that's when they would account for the narcotics, as we do on a daily basis now. And then once they account for the narcotics, they would sign accounting for those on that card that we looked at before. So really a neat medication box. A lot of, we wanted to make it user-friendly for the street provider. We wanted to make it user-friendly for the pharmacy and the hospital staff, and we think we've done that. Now, of course, there are probably going to be growing pains, and we ask everyone to bear with us. We'll get through them together, but we're really excited. The nice thing with this is we have a lifetime warranty on the product. We were spending a lot of staff time repairing medication box and a lot of money to buy replacement parts. With this, we have that lifetime warranty. We can send it right back.
Now, are the MAD nasal devices going to still be included in the kit, or will those no longer be here?
Our plan is for those to still be included in the kit, and I would anticipate, Melissa, that they will be inside the Thomas pack. But again, what we're encouraging providers to do is you start seeing these medication boxes, make sure you're really getting a good eye for what you're seeing in here and how they're laid out, because it will be a little different change from what we're used to. So things will be there. We'll just have to look for them a little bit the first couple of times.
All right, that sounds fantastic. So again, the date that providers can start seeing the new drug boxes during exchange will
February 16th.
February 16th,
so quickly approaching, 2015. We're really excited about that, and it will be a good thing.
Great. Thank you. Now we're going to cover some of the protocol revisions, because at the same time that we're rolling out the new medication box, we're going to have a few changes coming up in the first part of March related to the PEMS regional protocols, and I was hoping that you and I could cover